fellow human beings. I am yet again trying to get a grip on this room. Kind of moving between crafts a lot because this is kind of like free time activities, and moving away from I guess jewelry making, is pretty focused on making some tackle and things I could use to catch fish. And just a little too crowded in here, and I want to make a better set to film. So I was thinking of having this desk as like the background, and then having a desk here, but the sun. I didn't think about that. I could cover it from the outside maybe, with like colored glass. It would be sweet. That rainbow, like refraction stuff. Anyway, trying to get through this stuff. It's a lot of random materials and supplies, and trays apparently. Oh, this one's very nice. Someone gave it away because it was cracking, but I filled every bit of the seam with wood glue, and really nice. I like keeping that out and empty because then I can sit on the couch and work on stuff, and it's more like a bowl so nothing rolls off of it. Same goes with these. Trays are very handy, and oh boy. This is gonna go probably out of the room. This is just boxes of little antiques and stuff like that. And I have a bunch of like half worked on crafts, just bags and bags of this stuff. That's neat. So I'm gonna probably put all this in a drawer, but not in here because there are no drawers. Let's see. I probably am going to be taking the PS4 out of here just because it does chew up a lot of my time. There's also yet another reciprocal of half-made crafts. Oh, I forgot about these. I like beadwork. Could probably integrate some of that into the tackle too. And nice things with shells. These shells are from Boynton Inlet here in Southeast Florida. Really nice. They fit together really nice. Same thing with these. You can make perfect stars just with some E6000 or super glue. Don't want this to spill. Also, thank you code. Got a new phone. Too afraid to use it until I have a case because it's glass and it feels very, very fragile. And so tomorrow, stream should be looking a little better, and I'll be able to get back to making long form content, as in like little instructional videos, the little tips that I've been picking up on the internet. And let me get this up. I'm not sure why it doesn't show for me anymore. It doesn't show the stream. Let's see. There it is. Just have to search it. Oh, Luana. Thank you. I can't get over it. This phone I'm using is a Pixel 7a, and the camera was really nice. It's just, you know, the Google Fi tower doesn't work in Palm Beach County, which is where I live, and they quite literally told me to switch carriers, and so I'm really, really stoked for that because this phone does not work at all. Like, if I'm not on Wi-Fi, there's no calling, no internet, anything, and just the phone running was charging like $100 extra a month. Lunacy. And try. I'm gonna put tools. I get into these moods where like resin and then beadwork. So I try to keep like stations active. Like I have all the beads in here. I don't know if you can see, but it's such a delectable spread. And I saw people using them for eyes, and I think I'm actually gonna try that today. So I'm gonna pull these out. Using mono, just hitting the end with a lighter, and then putting a red bead and then a black bead, and then coating that in resin. They look so realistic. I cannot wait to try it. I should try to find the video and link it. And, whoa, there's a Florida Betony. Florida Betony is a root, or tuber. And it's commonly looked at as a weed here, but they're super crunchy, and I've been wanting to try them for years now. I can't find them growing anywhere. And, they're kind of notchy. They look like grubs. Really interesting. If you look up Florida Betony, it's also Stachys floridana, Stachys floridana. Really cool plant. People pickle them. There's a channel here on YouTube called Eat the Weeds, and it's fantastic when it comes to local edibles and wild edibles, I mean. And a lot of the wild plants and edibles have the nutrients that cultivated produce lacks, and so it's really a good little fun thing to get into, because there's food everywhere. Seriously, food grows everywhere. Here we have a weed called Spanish needle, and I've been using that as a spinach replacement. It's a little peppery, but you can use it for a lot. And the easiest way if you have allergies to get local pollen is looking up the local, like, edible flowers. And, really delicious. I got a duck. It's a little hunting duck. You can still see remnants of the paint job. Really nice. I think he'll stay. Actually, I forgot about that. Also, there is a tortoise shell. It was completely disintegrating, but I can't bring myself to toss it. I'm not sure what to do with it. Anyone has any ideas? Alright. So, you never know. Need some oil. It's back there because I often kick it when I'm walking around the room. Ooh. Okay, it's already going quite well. Got some craft shells and some craft ooh, actually, these might be good for fishing. A beautiful, quite literally an angel sent me these beads, and they're crackled. That will reflect water so nice. I want to make some really big lures, because I primarily saltwater fish, and trying to use some like crafting within the realm of tackle. I couldn't think of the wording. Food has become really difficult to find clean, nutrient-dense food that isn't like gonna bleed you dry monetarily. So I live right on the coast, and well, inland now, but there's plenty to eat. And like there's a lake down the street people are pulling tilapia out of. I'm not very familiar with freshwater fishing, so I don't know what makes a body of water like food acquisition ready. Like how to trust the water, because salt water, maybe it's just what I'm used to, but it feels and I trust it a little more, pulling stuff out of it. And the freshwater, it's a lot of canals out here, a lot of farms, and I don't know what that means in regards to eating from it. But tons of panfish, tons of catfish, tons of tilapia, and a lot of invasive fish. And the Mayan cichlid, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce cichlid. Cichlid. And they're gorgeous, but they're invasive and they're everywhere. Let's see. Let's see. Whoa, I think this is the most human beings that have been here. Holy crap, this is... Hello, my name is Jamie Lynn. I feel the need to introduce myself because, quite honestly, it's, there's a lot of people here, which, hello. Live in Southeast Florida. I've been doing, arts and crafts, making handmade jewelry, little bits, for pretty much my entire life. I started out collecting vintage and harvesting beads from pieces that weren't wearable. And still have a ton of vintage, so I got a bunch of vintage to list still. I just haven't been able to get back there. And recently, just the food situation has got me back. I think everyone, not everyone, but when you like grow past childhood, like you go in your own direction, but sometimes that direction causes a snapback, and that's, I feel like, what happened to me, and that's why hit my roots pretty hard. And I grew up fishing, and it solves every issue. And really just human heritage, really. And wish it didn't take me so long to get back into it, but I am here and I am ready, so can't complain too much. And we have it all here. I often show people this because this is the menu. This is just the most popular catches on this coast that I'm sure many people could recognize. And this isn't even counting the unregulated fish, which tried a yellow striped grunt not too long ago, delicious. White margate not too long ago, delicious. Ladyfish, but ladyfish is on here. Ladyfish is kind of mushy, so you use a spoon to, why do I grew up eating seafood, and it's been years since I had decent seafood, besides the stuff that pull up out of the water. Like, there's one Publix in this area, and their seafood section, weak. The weakest seafood section possible. Not even a single Florida catch. In my hometown, they have cobia every now and then, local caught, but it's just, I feel like, too big of an operation to have local catches in stock, I guess. I'm not sure, but it's just a lot of dyed fish. Nothing looks real, and the produce is weak. The meat section is weak. It's just not sustainable. And like, went with Code the other day, and a few bags was like $184 for like just a quick run in. It wasn't grocery shopping at all. There is no way. It is free. If you all you need is a little pole. Free. You don't even need a pole. You can just put a hook on this. Like those beer cans. I kind of want one. I was looking for one to print the other day. I printed I thought I put it in my pocket, thing to hold hooks so you could tie your knots without slipping, because like, pretty good at not slipping, but when your hands get sweaty, it could slip, and the hooks go right in, so you don't want to set a hook on yourself. But both sides aren't lining up, so it didn't work. So I'm trying to find a new pattern. Alright, not disc. If anybody knows how to get the smell of soft plastics out of a tackle box. This smells just like soft plastics, like worms. And I can't get the smell of it at all. I was thinking of using like gasoline. My childhood tackle box. Best days. And I've been trying to get any beads like in bags of their own. Make it a little bit more easier to work with. And I kind of took the storage containers for hooks and stuff. Oh. Okay, so I think that is going to be a good spot. It's kind of wasted right now with plates. Charlotte Batiste that I yoinked. I don't know what to do with it now though. It was gonna get thrown away. Okay, this is what has to happen now. Just gonna go for it. This is very brilliant. It's just a little Arbor Freight vise. And what I have here is a shard of copper. And this makes it so if you wanted to bend a piece of wire, I'll show you it. No. Well, I have this. If you want to see how I bent these into Z shapes, sometimes it's hard to get the bend exactly where you want. So you could take it here. Oops. So you could take it here and then bend the wire exactly where you want and get a nice corner. Been using this little system for about 15 years. More like 140. And I also was gonna try to use this. I made a bunch of them, but I can't find my micro torch, the working one, for shrimp eyes or crustacean eyes. And yet another material that's really easy to make. Like, you could buy eyes pre-made, but you could also just take some scraps of mono, and make some crustacean eyes. And after I get a little bit of a hang on this room, I'm gonna try to make the ones with the beads. I'm really excited for that. That was brilliant. I personally have never done any fly fishing, however, I've always paid attention to it, especially the hand knots and stuff used and deployed in fly tying. However, it's one of those elite level crafts that I just never pictured myself getting into because it's very strategic, and I always view it as like this elite level, like human heritage. So I'm really excited to partake. And I have the garbage down there. Okay, so this I think the plants could have back. It was just, someone was gonna throw it away, but it's solid and could put a nice tile on it. But trying to get, I don't even want to say what this is. This is a bunch of paper scrap. I thought I was going to make all kinds of stuff out of, but never did. Like, I sat there cutting ice cream cones out of packaging. But you know, with resin on it, and then you have that whole back part of the paper that's like free real estate to make really cool keychains. Oh my god, this was very old computer was. Yeah, I think all this could go actually. I'll take this outside and just make sure there's nothing I need, and then burn the rest. And this is probably all the paper I'm gonna keep. That's from like very old books, perfect for resin and all kinds of crafts. Is magazines from the 40s to the 80s. Really nice to have because you get to see the articles, what was advertised. I really like old magazines, flipping through them. I was using this as craft, like to put on the table, but It just takes up too much room. So I'm gonna run this out real quick so I don't keep knocking it over. Oh, unless the table thing works. Oh, I need a broom. Another idea I had. Well, not an idea I had. I found a bunch of these. Laying around. Every color. And I think some of these hooks, maybe not. I have to figure out what exactly they're made out of. Because it would be so sick to heat them up and put glass around them. I've never worked with glass, but I've always wanted to. Really nice colors. And from what I see, you just need a decent little torch. And patience, I guess. I used to do a little bit of metal work, just scraps. Sterling, copper, and brass goes really nice together with just a micro torch. And you can make legit rings, legit pendants. I set a bunch of shells in sterling. And the sterling was just from broken chain, just hit with a torch, hammered, flattened, best to your ability. And managed to figure out with the Metro PCS phone that didn't have internet. Painted one of these. But these take a lot of room. I think those could go outside. Excuse me. I've been talking a lot. Alright. Ooh. Tomb Raider. That's it. Return. So, holy crap. Funny thing about, I work with my hands. I think I've had my nails painted once, ever. And for some reason it drove me nuts. It was for a photo shoot. My friend, won a competition, to design a drink. It was a cocktail called Blue Gecko. And, long story short, I ended up with the flu, wearing this like fringe one piece, walking around. People were asking to take pictures. It was so bizarre, but it was such an experience, and it was pretty fun. But that's the only time. I do a lot of planting and just working with my hands, so it would look like a mess anyways. Let's see. And I feel like I have big hands, so it just like accentuates that. They come in handy. Let's see. The back. Does it say something? I don't know. I found this on Walmart. I think it was like $6. Fits perfectly. Kids section. Cheap as hell. These shorts are all baggy now, because I'll be real. I can't find shorts that fit me. Oh, I'm 5'9". I'm not even that tall. And I can't find anything that fits. Like, at all. Either the waist is too big, and I don't know. I was gonna try to make some. I used to make these shorts when I was in high school. But I can't get any of my sewing machines to work, and it would just take too long by hand. And, but they don't make clothes like they used to. Let's see. I should get a broom. And why do I need these? I do need this one. This one's fun as hell. I haven't gotten good at it yet, but this one sticks. Okay. Oh, here it is. Boxes everywhere. This is some cool stuff. Got a turkey leg that was gifted to me. And a megalodon tooth I found in someone's garage, and they were like, take it. And I did. And this, when I was a young child, a woman threw it in a pool I was swimming in. And then she's like, now you can feel like an archaeologist, even though it's a fossil. But bunch of teeth from just walking around here in the Florida swamp. I'm guessing raccoon, possum, and a whole load of gator scoots. Pretty neat. They're solid. It's their armor. A lot of gators out here. Actually, been fishing in the canal because I haven't been able to get to the coast at all. I don't know what to do with this. If I was a box of bones, where would I want to go? Yeah. Really old Judith Lieber bag. Seen better days. I think I'm gonna finally get rid of that. And by get rid of, I mean put it in a box and then post it on Facebook to see which one of my friends wants it. Ooh. A paint mixer. Comes in hella handy. I don't know what I said, but comes in handy. This is a creation station, so it's always a mess. It's always chaos. But that's... I used to really like making collages. Because you could take one reality and instantly bend it with just a scalpel and some glue. This is my favorite one I managed to keep. It's called Y'all Like Corn. Y'all like corn. I wanted to show these two. This is the Mercedes. I wish I could find the full picture, but that's my grandpa. He was the Palm Beach sheriff. He was chill. So, chill. You can see it a little bit more. A bunch of cats came off the ship, and he was tasked by watching it. It is a giant ship that crashed into Palm Beach. In a woman's yard. I forgot her name. It's a local, like, legend. This is on my way to throw away. I don't know why. The reason why I had it is because when you're drawing, this actually is brilliant. Because you could rest in that. I also have this one. And, but it floats, like, really well, even little scraps of it. So for top flies or dry flies, I think I'll be able to use this rather than getting more materials that I'm not familiar with yet. And what? I have a bunch of, like, cry-cut paper, but I don't have a cry-cut. I don't know what it's called. Cricut? Oh, I'm guessing Cricut because it's got, like, antennae. But I don't have one of these. The paper is brilliant for backgrounds, or if you wanted to, like, frame one shell on a picture frame and put some nice paper. And, hey! This is empty. Free real estate. Cool. Well, I'll wash that. Use it for materials. The EP fibers, I took them all out. It came with so much. So much. Intense. Anyway, so focus. This isn't the worst for like a background. My goal is to have like a spot to film consistently because I've been studying a lot of really old patterns and I've picked a few that I really want to try to make. And want to do it a little bit more properly and be able to engage not only in learning but like passing on some of the tips and tricks I learned. Like I really enjoy streaming and filming. I've come to really value YouTube. I've always valued YouTube because like pretty much every craft I've engaged in I've learned through YouTube, and not not so much Pinterest. Unfortunately, Pinterest never like hit it for me because of all the dead links. A lot of beautiful imagery, but you go to find the website, it's a dead link. For the longest time, I was using Yandex just to avoid dead Pinterest links. Try to caffeine myself up. You know what? I think this stuff could stay outside. I also wanted to go through this. It's just like random stuff I use as craft supplies. There's gas. There's a gas key. This is gas. And tokens. Old skeleton keys. Clock gears. I tried to get into automatons. There are so many automatons. I wanted to make a necklace that was a seesaw, and it was just going to move back and forth. And there's a watch and clock repair down the street from my house that I used to spend a lot of time in. The man that ran it, he's the most incredible human being, and I think he's like in his late 70s, and he just zenned out and had all these like millions of little wooden drawers of gears, rubies, gems to put in the movements. It was one of the coolest places, and he let me just go through drawers, let's sit and just pick up on little things and observe something that I probably wouldn't be able to engage in because of the complexity. Alright, so I need a broom. I have to wait for code. It's gonna put on a tripod not too long ago because I kept knocking it over, but never needed it. Mark. Shell. What a shell. Ooh. Nice sounds. Let's see. Like, there's all kinds of stuff in here that I just don't know. Kind of depressing. Like, where's all fortune cookies? Fortunes. Been hoarding them for a while now. Oh, there's my. Okay. Jar of coins. Jar of marbles. And a jar of bones. Very useful. Okay, I'm gonna stash these up in there. Okay. So, I think all this can stay. I don't need olive oil with me. Oh! Stuck. I forgot. Ooh! Hey! Zero ooh! Crystal clear my arse. I didn't realize there was a shelf life. Ooh! This is brittle. This is brittle. It's so brittle. It's just like some cheapy resin, but it's very brittle. I might keep the Mr. resin. Even though there's just like a little bit of each one. Another little thing I was thinking of is if it would be possible to work with polymer clay on hooks. Because it could seal it with resin, hardening it. Okay. Boxes. Here. boxes. I'm not against them. I picked that one up at a yard sale not too long ago. It's quite a satisfying one. This one's quite nice too. It's got some carved jade on it. Nothing in it. It doesn't. Sounds weird. I don't know what to do with the salt. Ooh, red salt. And cornmeal. I think I'm making it worse. I think it's gonna get worse before it gets better. So, I'm gonna stack the boxes strategically. I tried Halo for the first time yesterday. Bless y'all, Jesus. I couldn't figure out. I thought I got one or two people. I definitely did not. I wanted something a little bit more fast-paced than Call of Duty, just like to keep my mind active in between, like, drying time and just pick it up in the morning and stuff. That's really how I wake up because it forces your mind awake. Because a lot of times in the morning it's so sluggish in the morning, and that has like really eradicated that. Honeycomb. Can make really nice spheres with this. Sterling, copper, but it does get stuck, so you gotta be quick with it. Honeycomb. It's ceramic? I'm not sure actually. And this resin, absolute waste of everything. The little kits on Amazon, maybe if you're tacking stuff, it's fine. It's so tacky. It doesn't matter if I put it in the sun, it just does not cure. And I think all these I'm going to toss because I don't think I could put these to use. This bottle is dangerous. And they're very sticky. These are really good to keep on you. A little measuring tape. Make sure whatever you catch is legal. If you can't. What is this? Like glue applicators. I'm trying to use my mom's diabetes syringes for resin, but it's too thick. Because you could cure the top of the resin. I was gonna try to do like the gelatinous, the gelatin cakes, where people make flowers and stuff with ink, but I couldn't get it to suck up anything. This is important. This is all that plastic. I'm not a hoarder, I swear. This is all that plastic that you can use in place of shrink-a-dinks. And I made a lot of really cool charms, and they come out so small. Really neat. And I know I could always harvest more, so I might just toss this to, I hate tossing stuff like that, because it's very satisfying. So close. Can't believe I could walk by this now. Oh, you can't see. I can access this shelf now. I put too much stuff in front of it. And this is really nice. I think I'm gonna bring this to my next green market after I dust it and stuff. Really beautiful. I just don't have room for it. And it's got a music box. Really nice. I'm guessing 70s. Put that in the strategic stack of boxes. This bottom I'm gonna put all the handmade stuff down there until I find a better spot. A lot of these I try not to toss anything handmade because I usually go back to it, and they're kind of like all little bits learned, and like learn a craft form and then deploy it on some scraps. Bring something in. Made some dolls. I don't think they're really interesting enough to show. What's that? Oh god. Oh, why? Let's go back there. Fix. I just don't understand what happens. These I got. I'm probably gonna, I don't know. These are from the 90s. They're for balloons, but I think they'd be really sick as a belt, like those belt chains. And I know someone would really like these. Like there's bears and like anyone who's into deco den, feel free to holler because I really don't know what to do with these. Got a lot of stuff in here. That's a big bag of plastic squares. Oh, I found one of the twos. I don't know where the other ones are. This I really don't understand. Where I should put to keep it safe. Yikes. So I think I'm gonna put these beads in a Ziploc because then they'll take up less room. Just seed beads. Tons and tons of seed beads. These come in extraordinary handy, I think. Gotta keep that. It's a kit to make a basket. I made one. It's over there though. Maybe I should put this by the baskets. I need a Ziploc, which I just saw one. Any holes? Aww. It's gross, I won't show that. Gonna either go right inside. That'll be easier. I like seed beads to make really quick chain, and especially if I have a nice shell to present. And I also have a few of these packs. I'm not very sure what to do. They're unsealed. They're sealed. Cinnamon cards. I was trying to make a little mobile vintage store, collectible store. However, it gets harder and harder finding an RV or any little travel trailer. And that was the original goal. Already so much better. I think, keeps me focused. And I live quite far inland, not around any like city center or anything. So, genuinely thank you all for your presence. I have to remember to check this. Messy or non lyrics, Dad. See, I'm not too into modern music because the people themselves weird me out. Like, the whole Diddy thing. Dude weirded me out since I was a kid. There's just something about him. Maybe it's his eyes. Maybe it's just, I don't know. But, like, even, like, years ago, you would see him, like, interject himself in, like, a red carpet interview. Because my mom watches the VMAs and all those, like, award shows. And people would, like, clam up and get nervous and tense around the dude. And I don't know if it's just because, like, you know, I listen to what I listen to, but I can't even name a single song that's, like, that dude. I don't know. And the same thing with Drake. Like, he's been around for a hot minute. And, yeah, it's probably not my music taste, so I don't really, like, interact with this. I don't know any of the songs that he made. But I just don't, I didn't get it, I think. But, you know, it wasn't for me, so, like, it's all good. But the people are weird, and that's why, I've never been that jumpy to meet celebrities, and I don't mean that in any, like, mean way. I feel like you don't have much of a choice but to get pretty weird, because, like, if anybody's living in the Truman Show, it's celebrities. And I do have a lot of empathy for them, because I couldn't imagine that. And, but it's just, the whole world is, like, it's just got too intense. And, like, television from my childhood was some of the most awkward to watch, like, possible. And, like, I'm sure if you look up early 2000s TV, it's, it's like a fever dream, man. I did like Mike Rowe. I still like Mike Rowe. I don't know what he's up to these days. But I did chill. This is pretty sweet. It is a Brumburger light of sorts. I know it's used for photography. It was my grandpa's. Found it in his attic, so I was never able to ask what exactly its purpose is, but it produces a really nice diffused light. The gel, I'm guessing, well, the filter is a little crinkly, so it should be removed. However, it produces a nice effect. Very warm, very dim, but very interesting. I'm not sure where to put it. I really gotta get that stuff down too, because there's like a bucket of shea butter. One of my friends was throwing it away, and I was gonna use it to make candles, but I just don't really see that happening. And trying to realign all my focuses because I have a little too many, and I just can't get anything done in this room. So something had to give. Why is this in here? Pretty sweet though. It's too heavy for the wall. It's pretty sweet though. My dad closed phones, but he didn't want it. That's even a phone. Kind of reminds me of the phone that's in that alien autopsy video. Which, I get that it's not like genuine footage. However, people's main cue was the cord on the phone. However, the cords did in fact, curly cords did in fact exist in that period. And well before, but they were like not commercially. I could try to find, it was on a phone forum, like a phone collecting forum. And the forum was unrelated to that, but it was like tracking down the origin of curly cords. I don't know what they're called, but it's a cord and it's curly, it's a curly cord. what it's for, but I really wanted to try to split a piece of wood with it. It's very dull. And these crystals are here because I don't know where else to put them. I should put them in this. To put them. I was in Lakewood for 5 minutes and one of my old neighbors was like, here. They're just walking around with it. I love Lakewood so much. Greatest place in the world. Still can't find any rooms for it. When I'm in Lakewood, I usually stay at my parents' house, but my dad is very hit or miss. He is straight insufferable. Can't choose your family or whatever. It's not like the whole reality. I wanted to learn how to play these, but this is it. I hate being attached to objects because I really love it, but I think that's gonna go in the green market box. Life isn't forever, and I don't want all this stuff to be just thrown in a box and put in a landfill. I'd rather get rid of the stuff that could be used now. And I do live in Florida, so the heat is not kind to inanimate objects. A lot of things disintegrate, the elastic is no good, so you gotta keep everything in an air-conditioned room. And it's actually a lot of maintenance, keeping objects alive, if you will. You'll notice if you do any thrifting or yard selling in Florida, you'll know exactly what was stored in attics and garages, because when you stretch the fabric, that's why when you see in videos people dry rot testing clothes, let them. A lot of the stuff you don't know where it was stored, and Goodwill, they're making a killing off of donations, and like putting $50 on Forever 21 dresses, and all this stuff, and money is not cheap. Okay, so if you see people stretching the hell out of fabric in thrift stores, it's because they want to make sure that it's not going to fall apart. I've had many dresses fall apart. Once I was in Miami, my favorite little example. Everyone was looking at me. Felt on top of the world. Long story short, the back of my dress was completely ripped open. Completely. It was a 1960s dress. Completely ripped open. And it was here to here. So, yeah. Everyone was definitely looking at me. I think this is more antique bits. Yes. Really nice bone carvings. Random bits of statues. The hand of a monkey. Some old patches for Girl Scouts. It's my favorite one too. Some kind. This is sweet. A bone carved clasp, but it's got a really nice movement. So it's got a little bit of bone or something keeping it as a stopper, and it's just a slide clasp. Really nice. out of this room. Oh, that's good. Bunch of shells. These are shells that I just find. These and these, mostly from Point and Inlet. Hotspot for these guys. And little ones. And my shell collection, I've been collecting shells, beach combing since I was a child, so I'll use it from that also. Axons, if anybody's ends up making some really nice specimens. I don't say so on myself. But I'm gonna be getting all the shells that I'm not gonna be using, and any intact spirals, and bringing them back to the beach for some crabs. And stuff like that, I would never throw away shells. That makes no sense to me. I'm gonna just throw them back in the ocean. Okay. This stuff I've been back here for a while, so I gotta test all these glues because I don't want to keep anything this dried out. This stuff is some of the most useful stuff on planet Earth, but it gets so tacky. I also have this brass box down here and a bunch of Magic the Gathering cards and a bunch of tarot cards. I wanted to make a little stand for everyone and have something everyone would enjoy. Kind of like a mobile thrift store, really, rather than a vintage shop. Because I do like coming across interesting things and picking them up. I just, living so far inland, there's not a lot of green markets. I did one, but it was just kind of like vendors and their families, so it was very hot. I wore the wrong outfit. Let's see. It's more like chemicals and stuff. I feel like all that stuff is good, so I'm not gonna dig through that because I know all that's good. I think this wood glue is fine too. But this stuff, ooh, probably not. That's from Dollar Tree, and I think, oh, well that's good. Fabric glue, that comes in handy. Pennies! A bag of pennies! Zero recollection of that. So what's going to go in there? Probably this stuff. Oh! Not sure what this is. I think it's for drywall. Do you think I cut these out for a purpose? Look at the purpose of... Are these shapes? Let's see. Oh boy. Okay. This is all for metalwork. I still do here and there, especially for head pins. I haven't bought head pins in a long time because you can just take some scraps of copper wire, hit it with a microtorch, and you have head pins. And head pins are just little pieces of wire that has a cap so your beads don't fall off, but you can use them for a wide arrangement of uses. You can use them for a lot. This, why would anybody make a stiffer with a spray bottle? I used this once and it's never been the same. Stiffener. And stuff is so useful, but gosh, I don't know how to maintain a nozzle like this, I guess. Thread locker. What is this? Typical application of anaerobic adhesive. Oh, thread lock. I was thinking threads like strings. Threads like threaded nuts and bolts. Nuts. Threaded nuts. Okay. Okay, so I should probably put these books bookshelf. I think I might have enough space for the metalworking stuff in one of these though. Yeah, get this stuff done. Don't need. These are pretty neat actually. Screw that into your light and you could charge things. And you can even have free charges. Okay. Using this, and this is an oldie goldie. For like 1, 2, 3. And that's, you never know when you want to make a light. And this I'm not too sure about. Let's stop. Okay, so ample. Put the hammers in the, well, probably not this one. Ah! It's a snail. It's alive. I don't know how that could have gotten in here. Pet snail now. When I was a kid, I collected snails. And one day, my mom just like had enough, I guess, and was like, "Yeah, I it outside." It rains that night, drowning all my snails. She still feels bad about it. Rightfully so. I had one that was like my pride and joy. His name was Swirly. Very, very creative. I'm just kidding, of course. Well, she still feels bad about it, but like 126 years ago. Glitter and stuff. Alright. So maybe I will do like these I'm really excited about, but I haven't been able to focus long enough to get through them. Everything's falling. Linda Greenlaw, if anybody's seen the movie Perfect Storm, the female ship captain of the Hannah Boden is a real character, a real human, and it's Linda Greenlaw. That's her first book. That's Lobster Chronicles. And I really want to get the recipe book and fix your mineralized. I'm very curious. And that's for the Gloucester area, which the infamous Captain Scrooge is the same area. Some more books. My friend Hans, he's from Germany. He gave me some of his old books, and I found 20,000 Meilen Untermeer and Old Man in the Sea. And I lost my only copy of Old Man in the Sea. I wanted to read it. It takes place in between Keys and Cuba, the Gulf Stream, but nonetheless, that's a good little fix. I have nothing wrong with the guy. Some people, I don't know, hit or miss, I guess. And we got Florida lore, not found in history books. Erie, Florida. Walgreens sells these books. And Eat the Weeds, of course. Green Dean. He has a channel here on YouTube. And the SAS Survival book. Everyone should own a copy of that. Identification books. Okay, this, but there's really useful information. It's Falling Apart, old sailing book, and shells, as you can find out which ones are in your area, and as well as which ones are edible. Atlantic fishes and fishes. These are all the coastal angler magazines. I keep them because it's really good information. Coastal angler. They have the tide charts in them. So they're quite important, actually. Wish this was a hair taller. Hair taller is for books like that. This is nice. I believe it's compressed paper, like wood, paper wood or something. That's like Florida history. Anytime I pass by a visitor center, I always get the printouts because there's a lot of really good information. I'm trying to find some. I actually picked up some workbooks. Florida cookbooks. Oh, clear. And a dictionary. I use this when I don't want to get distracted by the internet. Oh, little pocket 70s, I'm guessing. Doesn't say. long. There. Alright. I have this. There was only one I got at a yard sale. Iron. I'm not exactly sure what to do with this window because I can't really see out of it, plants, but it's enough UV to like cure resin when I'm working on it, so I might try to cover it strategically. Because then I don't really have to worry about that. This has been brilliant. This is for metal work. But when the bobbin is hanging and I want to add something, because I don't have the flow yet, I could use this and it holds it out of the way. And it's worked like a charm. And I also have been putting these on all the poles because some of the cheaper reels, the action goes really quick and you can't hear if you get something. But paperclip. And a bell, because I have a coconut full of bells for some reason. For this reason. Yeah. But you could put a bunch. I'm not sure why I made this at all. But should check it at the end of the school. It works pretty perfectly. I saw I've been watching more like different styles of fishing, if you will. And I see a lot of people have bells at the end of their poles. Yeah, it's a very good idea. I'm sure it's pretty commonplace. And then I was watching, I think, Heath's surf report. Heath, South Florida fishing report. And I think he said that if you want it, no, it wasn't Heath. You could use a paper clip instead of a weight clip, because if it gets stuck, you have a better chance of like finagling it out, like finagling it free. And I have all these, like, my parents are pretty much always in the hospital for various health reasons. And they give you like these little bags that have like, you know, toothpaste, shampoo, conditioner, and earplugs. But these are going to be brilliant for making dry flies. So I'm keeping them in. It's a bright color. Something with this foam, which I did try to make a little worm. Hi. Gonna bring that snail outside. Yeah. They're not anything special yet. The worm is foam. And this, it's not a shrimp, but it's a shrimp head. Can't really see. Shrimp head. I don't know if you're fishing under the pier. Anyway. I think I'm going to take a quick lunch break, but this is what I have to get done today. It's just going to make being in here a little bit less chaotic. Because unfortunately it has become Jenga, where when you move an inch to the left and a bunch of jars tip over. One of my earliest streams, I sat down and I kicked a jar. It was the biggest jar I've ever owned, and it shattered. It's been a long time coming. But I only really work in here, so when I'm done working, I kind of forget all about it. It would be nice to get this back. Pencil in there too. Supposed to go to Lake Worth in a few days, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So I've been trying to find like motels, but I just don't understand. People renting rooms for like $800 to $1,200 a month, one room. I have to walk through like a living room to get to it. It's just, I just can't wait for the bubble to pop. I hate to be like that, but I need a place in my hometown. Oh yeah. And October's coming up really quick, and that's when the green markets start there, so I'm attempting to be ready. And I was just gonna slip through my hands like every fucking other thing in my life. Happy trappy. Anyway, have a beautiful day. I'm gonna get some lunch in it and get some of these boxes and stuff out and organize a little bit better. You don't want to see the side of the room. Yeah. My masterpiece. Actually, let's go now. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's where all the natural materials are anyway. Hey, they fit. Maybe the other stuff does too. I just put it on the side instinctively. This thing has been a lifesaver. Just printed from Thingiverse. I already forgot who designed it, and I do apologize because you did a really good job, whoever beautiful human put this together. And yeah, alright. Hunger. Before the hunger ramblings begin, goes the battle. I might play a few games before I move it because it will be masked and it's a spooky season on Call of Duty, so I'm really about that. And so it's the sweater I wanted. And I'm a very loyal person, alright? And so what if I want a hoodie that represents what makes me happy, but it only an extra large is less. I really want what that just says Call of Duty. It's very simple, very chic. No hood, long sleeve, cozy, but I can't find my size anyway. And the ones that made it to eBay are like $60, so I will stitch letter beads on my own name's shirt at that point. I just wanted to, want something. May or may not be going to Scotland in a few months, and a little nervous. I haven't been to anywhere cold. And, I lived in Colorado for a few months in the dead of winter, but the bottle of whiskey that I had was gargantuan, so I wasn't very cold. But however, I don't drink alcohol, so I'm going to have to just, invest in clothes like a normal person. And, been trying to learn all the things. I know it sounds really ridiculous, but I'd have no idea. And starting from fleece, flannel, Sherpa, there's something else. Anything warm. And I have one warm winter jacket. It's floor length. It's ridiculous looking, and I just can't really move in it. So I'm trying to find stuff that's a little easier to wear and easier to explore because there's no trespassing laws and there's castles. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I might not even feel the cold, actually, because adrenaline does wonders. And, might be able to just, get by with that and some snow boots. Which I got the snow boots, they fit like a glove. And when I lived in Colorado, it was snowing every day, and I had suede boots, and my feet were soaking wet. The cab drivers, it would make me break stuff down. Because it was so clearly not from the area. I had sundress on, tights, and suede boots that were soaking wet. Like -11 most nights. But anyway, Happy trails. Trade.